Welcome to Meeples on Meeples, episode 35. This week we have a guest commentator, Ryan. My name is Ian.
Andrew.
Brian.
This week's game is Chupacabra, but we'd like to first visit us at meeplesandmeeple.com and our YouTube channel and Facebook and Twitter and all the other awesomeness that we have in social media network. Brian?
Thank you. I didn't know you were going to lead into that so nicely. Chupacabra, it's a real basic game. It's a dice game. Each player gets 6 dice, and so it plays up to 4. There's 24 dice in the box. You just remove the extras if you have less than 4 players. It comes with a scorecard to give you all 3 rules that the game has, very few, and then this little chip token you pass around to keep track of who goes first, because each round it changes. But basically, the gameplay involves you shake your dice, you roll, and then you pair up all of your animals. You can roll chickens, goats, bulls, or the red eyes, the chupacabras. So, for instance, I have 2 goats, I rolled 4 chickens, and 1 bull. Then what you do is, if I was the first player, okay, if I have a chupacabra, he eats the animal, so I can steal other people's dice depending on what they rolled. However, you have to make sure that you follow the rules. And according to the card, 1 chupacabra can take 2 chickens, 1 goat, and no bulls, because it takes 2 chupacabras to attack a bull. So, with this 1 chupacabra, I'd have to go around, and not only do I have to look at their animals, but for instance, if they rolled 4 chickens, you have to be able to take all of that type of animal from a player. So if everybody else had rolled several chickens, I can't say, I just want to take 1 of your chicken dice. No, I have to be able to take the whole flock, herd, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much it. The more chupacabras, the more dice you can steal from people. So basically, I go around and complete my turn, do what I can. Then the next person goes, the next person goes, the next person goes. And then you all roll again, and there's a new player 1. And you're stealing dice until you have them all, and you slowly eliminate your competition.
Would you like to move into components? It's
Certainly.
really just dice. But they do glow in the dark?
They glow in the dark, and they're etched in. It's not just painted on. So they're as much as I hate to say it, they're really, really nice dice.
Yeah,
I mean, for being a dice game, and what was the price point? $20?
$20.
They really outdid themselves on the dice, I would say, with the glow in the dark and being etched in and everything.
There's only 1 reference card, and that upsets me.
It would be nice if each player had one. Good call.
Question, show the box.
The
We have
rules
the
aren't
box?
that hard.
Because the box actually looks really nice.
It has a little window where you can see the dice peeking out underneath, the eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, just for the artwork and for what it is, I mean, it just kind of a neat box.
And it's all embossed and, raised. And it is actually a pretty cool box. You can't deny that.
So that's really, there's so little components, we're talking about the box.
And so we can move on already to strategies for a dice game.
Take as many dice as you can with what you have for Chupacabras.
And hold grudges and try to screw each other over.
Yes.
Because that's how we play.
And don't let the player next to you try to tell you that it's better to grab somebody else's. Brian, I don't have this over here.
You don't want to take my goats when you can have his goats.
You know, I did notice...
Think for yourself.
Table talk and goofing around. It's not really a strategy. It's more just be stupid. It's a dumb game.
Brian, you'd always... And I don't know why you did this. You would always line up your bowls towards the person first, and then you hide your chickens and your goats behind, the ones that are easier to take than the bulls. I don't know if that was just because you're screwing around, or is that because that was actual strategy?
A little bit, look at all those bulls you can't take. I don't know. I just went from strongest to weakest. Bulls, goats, chickens. I don't know. That's just my OCD, I guess. I don't know.
Be really good at rolling dice. I don't know.
Yeah, it's completely luck. There's not really much strategy.
Total luck-based fun party game. Well, we should let Ryan talk a little.
Well, the first game that I played, I had a pretty hefty, good dice roll, and it was mostly Chupacabras, so I took an early lead in the game. But there is a rule that allows you to get back into the game once you're down to 3 dice.
Or less.
3 or less dice, and you roll all Chupacabras, then you can take the biggest flock or herd or whatever of the other player.
And that's called the Chupacabra Loco.
Yes, crazy goat sucker.
Yeah, but you said that's an optional option.
You can play without that rule if you want.
Play
it's an optional option.
Optional rule. Is that what
and there's eyes on the back of the... There you go.
Scary eyes.
So does this roll us into likes, dislikes?
Likes and dislikes.
I like the dice. I'm a sucker for dice. No, seriously,
it's
rolling dice is fun.
Part of the dice. That's the only thing in the game.
Okay, fine. I like that they glow in the dark.
Tell me that you like the card.
Although, why would you honestly want to play in the dark? I do not know.
I think it'd be fun sometime to play in the dark.
Well, what is it going to make it scary? I mean, I just don't get the point. I mean, it's a gimmick.
We'll just do it after this.
Maybe it's more like maybe it's a camping game.
Yeah,
you're outside, you're telling ghostly stories, and
And
you're like, let's
getting scared by dice.
I'm getting so scared. Let's
and then the kids are like, let's roll, and then they all fly into the fire. Don't play while you're camping.
Okay, away from
Let me go
open
get them.
flames.
Kids running into the campfire.
We do not advocate towards playing games near open flames.
Really, strategy and likes and dislikes in this game are pretty close to the same.
Dislike the only one card.
Yes, that's...
I'll roll with that.
Because, the box is hefty big. I mean, really, you can't fit more than one of those in.
Yeah, there's so much empty space. Like, there's this really cool tray to hold all the dice. It's like, empty space underneath. It was a waste of space.
Well, the rules are so simple.
This
you don't really
that's true. Only one person really needs
Couldn't you
the
really, a good game owner would be able to copy this off and laminate a couple different cards for the troop that's around.
Go to your local Kinko's, have it done for
No, we're saying Brian. You're saying Brian's really missed the boat on this one.
I want to ask a question though. Do you think? I don't think it's in this, but another game we're going to review soon says you can buy more than one set if you want to do more than 4 players. I don't see why you couldn't buy another set. Now, if you want to drop $40 on this game, that's up to you.
Okay,
but you could play up to 8 players then. Do you think that would work?
I'm gonna.
How would it play?
I don't really want to talk about that. I want to talk about.
Too late. We are talking about it.
I want to talk about the ages.
I think that too many players would be just too hectic.
You think it would drag it on too much?
Yeah,
it might. Yeah,
because the game can kind of drag on for a while, especially
if you get eliminated right away.
Well,
and then you watch everybody else.
I think that is a strategy. Like, talk to another player and say, "We're going to eliminate that guy." I mean, I think that's legitimate.
It's possible.
Because there's no rules against it. And there's only one card.
Table talk. Yeah.
Also, I want to talk about the ages 8+. Really, I mean, honestly, I think a 5-year-old with a strong get grasp.
Scary.
I'm guessing. Like, I mean, really, you can't say those are chickens, those are bulls, those are goats. I mean, you're really just using symbols. So really, anything with anybody that can grasp.
They could play. You just have to help them. I think just to keep track of because you'd have to constantly remind them. No, there's especially since for chickens, some have 1 chicken, some have 2. So if you see all the dice lined up, you can't just assume that's all 1 chicken. It's simple math.
But, I mean, I think I was playing poker at the age of 5. I mean, I don't see this as much further away from anything like that.
I see.
He also claimed earlier that he was a world-class chess player, people.
World class.
Okay, so this is going way too long for such a short game. Let's go to the final reviews. 1 to 10. Well, this we could have 0. 1 to 10. 1 is terrible. 10 is amazing. Andrew, start us off.
I'm gonna go with a 7. It's fun.
He's not wrong. It's his.
He's wrong. Your opinion is wrong, sir. This is the interwebs.
I like it purely because it's quick. It's fun. I mean, like 15 minutes, you can get it in. If you're waiting for somebody and you're gonna play a big long game or something, just throw this on the table so you're not standing around looking at each other. The components and everything are pretty nice. Price point is decent, so yeah, I'd give it a 7.
I'm gonna go with a 7. I think the price point may be a little bit high for what it is, really. But I think this game has enough screwage in it to be more fun and competitive and create that table talk that just makes it a fun game. So the fun factor is there. Would I buy the game? Yeah, maybe. It's not bad. Would I ask to put it out or pull it out every day or whatever for game night? I do ask because we're between games and we're waiting for people to show up. Yeah, let's play Chupacabra.
Now here's the question: do I do an Ian review where I don't say what I really feel? I say I want to balance out your reviews to get the number I want?
I legitimately tell you that I don't like you.
A 7 is really high. I'm right around the 5, 6, so I'll be kind of give it a 6.
You bought the game. You own the game.
I'll give it a 6. It's a good filler game. As has been pointed out, it does play quickly. I love games with dice and everything, but it's a one-trick pony. It's fast, and that's it. It's like, there is some cheering and laughing as you're jerks to each other trying to eliminate one guy or picking on somebody, but that's the kind of fun. You could bump the score up if you're getting it for kids or as a family game. I think kids would love this because it's so easy. Because by the end, when you're rolling, you have this huge, 2 handfuls of dice. But yeah, you can do that. That'd be really noisy though. Just headaches. Kids are headaches enough. Really, you need to add to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm at a 6, and I think that might be being kind.
I would have to agree. It'd be either a 5 or a 6. I think I'm gonna go with the 6 because I liked it. It was like everybody else has already said. It's a quick game to play, and it's not that bad. And we were yelling Chupacabra when we had when we were going Chupacabra crazy and only had 3 dice left. Anytime somebody got that, we went pretty crazy about that because you get to steal a whole flock. So I'd say 6.
You were saying you wanted to make this more of a drinking game kind of thing. Because I would say that pretty much.
I would say that about any game, but about this game, I think this would be a really easy game to turn that into.
So this
if you're into that.
Is this the next beer pong?
This is nice.
No,
I don't think
see
frat
that
boys are
happening.
going to be playing this.
Chupacabra in the dark together.
Chupacabra!
Anyway, okay, so that's that, and we're playing Bears next week.
So you'll see a review of Bears, another dice game.
Episode
Keep it light.
36.